Howdy guys, welcome to the cave. I'm Mark, and you're watching Blue Street Customs. Hey guys, just thought I'd do something a little different today. Getting a little tired of the way my paints are sitting. Hard to get to, hard to find anything. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so anytime I want to paint something, my aerosols are not that hard to get to. But when I want to use these types of paints, I've got to go grab this little case, which isn't actually that little. There's actually quite a few in there. Open it up, and as you can see, it's a pain in the ass. You know, I gotta move the things around, find them, they fall out. Then I've always got to have them set up just a certain way so that I can close it properly. Put it down, and of course, do what I'm going to do. So, I cleaned off this shelf, obviously, because that part of it's a mess. You know, I got stuff down there. Things are kind of put all over the place right now. But anyways, so I'm going to use foam core board from pretty much any type of dollar store, Dollarama, Dollar Tree, whatever you happen to have near your house, whatever. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see this, is I'm going to build like a step style paint holder. Okay, so I've already got the bottom cut out. I've already got the back cut off. And I'm making it so it fits in here. So you can make it for as long as you want, but the steps I'm going to be doing, you can pretty much follow that. You just make it any width that you want. And of course, any height that you want for as many tiers as that you need. So, this will obviously fit in here, like so. And it'll be set up kind of like that. Now, of course, I got to move all my clamps and stuff, but that's a minor detail. So let me get set up here, and I'll show you some more. Alright, excuse the mess over here. Like I said, had to clean off the shelf. And if you've been watching my videos, you know where this stuff is from. Anyways, so what I've got, now you may not be able to see this, but on here, and you can see it a little bit. On here, I have my two sides marked, ready to cut. On this one, I've got all the strips that I need for the base and the uprights. So I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm going to use the hot glue gun, start gluing everything together. So stick along, and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so now you saw me cut out a bunch of stuff. This is all the stuff you're going to need to build one of these. Now, I'm not going to tell you the lengths, because the length I need isn't going to be the exact length you need. You make it the length or width, whichever you want to call it, to what accommodates you. Now, as far as the steps go, there's a bunch of them. In my case, I need 4 at 1.5 inch wide. Okay, and this will accommodate the bottle. Okay, so I've got 4 of these. That's 4 step ups, including the bottom. So it'll be 5 in total. So it'll be one bottle here, and then a step up, another bottle, of course another step up, 5 times. Okay, So there'll be 5 rows of these bottles. Now I've got 2 at 1 7/8. And they will go here. Now the reason they're wider is for the bigger bottles. Okay? So the bigger bottles will be 2 rows worth. Now you can change this around for whatever you want. And again, for the depth, for whatever you need, and the width, whatever you need. I'm basically showing you how I'm making the step-ups, and you'll see more here in a bit. Now, I have a bunch cut, which will be my uprights. Now, I've got a little 7/8 of an inch high. This will sit on the front, which will give me a 3/4 inch height, so my bottle can't fall off. Okay. Then I have a bunch of these 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4. So that'll go there, and you're going to leave 3/4 of an inch of space for the next row to sit on. Okay. Now, every 2 rows, to give it some extra support, I made a wide one that's going to sit right on the bottom. This one's going to float up high, and it's going to sit 1 inch, 1 3/4. Yeah, it's going to sit 1 3/4 down. So the next one will sit, basically have 1 inch of spacing in each spot. So it'll be something like that. Now, you'll see more as I put it together. So give me a minute. I'll sort these things back out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got everything all organized. And on your 1 3/4 wide, you want to mark down 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Now on that 3/4 of an inch line, your 1.5 inch wide. I don't know if you can see this here. I'm going to show you. There we go. Your 1.5 inch wide, the top of it where the bottle will sit is going to sit right at that line. Okay. Now your next one, your next 1 3/4 inch, okay, is going to end up sitting on top of your 1.5 inch. You'll see as I build it. So I've got the hot glue ready. Now I've left the paper on to give it a little extra strength and rigidity. So I'm going to take the hot glue and run a bead across here. Now at this length, I'm going to have to try and be a little quick. Now again, this is just a paint holder. It doesn't have to be perfect. Try to get it as square as you can. So there you go. 3/4 of an inch down. And yes, you see this. Make sure you have a sharp knife, because it'll do that. Digs into it, tears the foam, doesn't cut it. So if you have that little bit of a problem, try to make sure none of that is in the way. And try to make sure that things are lined up, not like me. So now I have to trim that, and of course this side's going to be a little short. So, easy fix. Just try not to do it. At least hot glue likes to take up some space. So the next one, your next 1 3/4, is going to sit on top of this and flush. Okay. And what that's going to do, like I said, That's going to hold the bottle. No problem. Don't let it fall out. Easy to get it out. So, glue this one on. Now I don't have a variable temperature hot glue gun. I wish I did, but I don't. So I'm putting this directly on the paper, not on the foam, because this glue gun is hot and will melt the foam. So by putting it on the paper first, gives it that little bit of a chance to cool down before the foam touches it. Okay, so there we go. That's one done. Now the little strings, well, you can do what you want with them. You can leave them there, make it look spooky. Who knows? This stuff on top, you can deal with that later once it's completely built. You can do whatever you want. So next, you're going to take another 1.5 inches, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put it on that line, just below it. I don't know if you can see that, but just below it. Now, the benefits of having a high temp glue gun is it doesn't cool off as quick, like I said, and you have more time to work with it. But it does melt the foam if you go directly on the foam. So having a variable temperature one definitely would help. Okay, so there we go. See, I can still adjust it a little bit. The glue is still a little soft. Takes a little longer to cool. That's okay. So there we go. There's half a step, or a step and a half. So now this one here I've made so that it goes right down to the bottom. Okay, so it'll end up as a support. Now I didn't do this one, but so sorry about that. You need to mark this one 1.75 inches down, because this one is normally it would be sitting on top, but we're not doing that. Forgot to do that, and I forgot to do it on the big one too. So, all right, so you got to mark this one 1.75 inches down on your wide one. This one's going to be your brace, right? Your glue is going to go above that line, and you're going to put that one on there. Never took into calculation that this one's not going to sit on top. So the bottom one fits nice and snug. Top one, or the next one up, has some space. That's okay. This is just a organizer. Okay, so moving on. So your next 1.5 inches, again, just below that line. Now, again, the next one 1.75 inches, and this one's going to sit on top. It looks so horrible. I'm going to fix this. It's driving me crazy already. Okay, so next, same thing, another one. Now, like I said, forgot to mark this one, but you can do it the way I did, or your 1.75 inches down. Now if you did it the way I did, the glue goes under the line this time. Yes, my table isn't that flat. Now we've got the wider ones for the wider bottles. This is no different. Still goes 3/4 down. And then your last 1 3/4 again on top. And we have the last one. And once again, bead of glue just below the line. And there we go. Now, in some cases for you guys, the last step, now I just made mine taller just to kind of clean up the back, but you just need something that's going to support the back of it. In some cases for you guys, you could be done after this. I want to clean mine up, so I'm going to put sides on mine. I'm going to trim them, make them rounded or something nice, and I'm going to put a bottom on, just to keep everything nice and neat, and maybe add a little more strength and durability to it. Now this next part, I don't know if I'll be able to film it properly. Probably not. So I'm going to try and tilt this up a little bit for you guys. Doing the best I can here with the space I've got. Well, I'm going to run hot glue along all these edges, and I'm going to put the side on. Okay guys, there we go. All nicely built. Now it's not the prettiest thing, but it's definitely going to serve the purpose that I want. So give me a minute, I'll put some paints in it, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, there you have it. Now I still got to organize it just a little bit and probably buy some more paint now that I'm able to put it somewhere. But as you can see, they all sit in there nicely. You can easily get them. You know, even with one in front of the other. Not too bad. So, if you guys liked this type of project, let me know in the comments. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can see when I post more videos. Make sure to check me out on Instagram at Blue Street Customs. You can also check me out on Facebook. So until then, later.